Good morning, my darlings. My name is Victoria and this is Veritas Tarot. I live on the coast in England and I have been very blessed to be on a spiritual journey for the last couple of years. During that time, I've done many readings for friends and family, but now I've been guided to step out of my comfort zone and to evolve myself and start to do readings for the general collective. And it's the belief that these readings will resonate, whether it be today, tomorrow, in a year's time, with those who are meant to see the readings. And I know that Spirit will guide them here in their own perfect divine timing. I do love to read for love, obviously love of another, but most importantly, love for oneself, because we cannot pour from an empty cup, hence my cup of tea tarot. I've launched my channel very recently and I'm also available on Facebook and Instagram and at veritastarot.com. Veritas, by the way, means speaker of truth, and she is one of my amazing guides that I have around me. You can see all the details in the description box below, and I take personal readings as well, and I'm offering a little introductory rate at the moment for you all, so I'd be very grateful if you'd like to like, share and subscribe. I'm planning on doing these Sunday morning cup of tea tarots weekly for all the star signs, and I also will be doing a rainbow reading for chakra cleansing for the 12 zodiac signs, and that will be launching hopefully next Sunday the 28th of June. More details of that you can find on my website veritastarot.com. So I'd like to move on with the reading. I am using the Celtic cross today, that little bit of Celtic in me, and I'll also be clarifying with the Everyday Witch Tarot, which I love, and a lot of my people who come to me for readings also love very much. I have blessed and shuffled the cards, and I've been guided to pull 7 cards for you, which I always believe represents all the guides and angels that we have around us for you today, my darling. So we're going to get on. So the first card is your present state of mind, kind of where you are now. Then I've got the second card, which is your subconscious, you know, those feelings behind the feelings that drive you and shape you. The third card is a little look at your past. The fourth card is a little glance about what's coming in for you. The fifth card is advice from Spirit, that all-important advice from Spirit. And the sixth card is external influences, sort of what energies that are around you or coming into you. And the seventh card is the potential outcome card. So if we look at the first card, we have the 8 of Cauldrons, which is the 8 of Cups. So in this card, I'm seeing that you have walked away from something that wasn't fulfilling you. And it did cause you an awful lot of pain. You've got the eclipse with the sun obliterated by the moon. So there was an awful lot of things that were left unsaid and secrets that just weren't spoken, but you decided for your greatest good to walk away from things that didn't fulfill you. You've stepped onto that path. Do you see the path? You've stepped onto that path now, moving away. And one of the lovely things I see with stairs is you've taken that first step. You don't really know what's at the end of it, but you are being guided, and I'm so happy to see that you have moved away from things that just were not good for you. And it's moving into that. He reminds me of the hermit, and the hermit, you know, the hermit's all about focusing on what's important. That kind of, the hermit holds the lamp of truth, and the hermit represents a symbolic ending, but it also represents that beautiful opportunity that Spirit gives us to go within. So you have effectively, as I'd like to say in this card, whoever you have left, he's the weakest link. Goodbye at the moment. But everything that happens to us actually doesn't happen to us, it happens for us. And it's all about the evolution of our soul, and you've very much been guided here. So if we then were to look at your subconscious about what's driving you, and this is what's so beautiful here, you've got the 3 of Cups. So the 3 of Cups is about community. I see this as your sort of soul family card, those people that have come into your life to support you during this time. It's about sharing and trusting and believing in everything that's happening around you. And the trees there with the apples, that sort of tree of knowledge, you're sort of subconscious, the feelings behind the feelings that's driving you, is this is soul driven, and this is what your soul has asked you to do. And I'm really proud to see that here, because it's a very difficult decision to step away from things that we sometimes become addicted to, or conditioned behaviours. And the other sort of meaning behind this card is that it sort of reminds me of the World card in a way. It's about completeness, and it represents sort of you're stepping into where you need to be at this current state of mind. It's a sort of pause in your life. If we look back at the past, you have the Nine of Shields, which represents the Nine of Pentacles. Now that's somebody who, again, if you see she's standing there, she's actually in that state of, no, this is what I want for my happiness. She has there the eagle, which represents her higher self guiding her, and she has everything she needs around her. She's not codependent on anybody. It does seem to me, with the figure behind and that sort of barren tree, that whatever relationship she's left, it hasn't again been something that suited her. And if I look at him, you know, he has his head bowed. He's still looking in that direction, so he's still got lessons, things to learn. And this card for me also represents, because you've stepped into that Nine of Pentacles, very aware and spiritually growth card, that you've forgiven. And I think that, you know, forgiveness is such an important thing, because forgiveness is really for yourself, to give yourself your own peace. But also to forgive another is a sign of that you're not judging them. You understand, and you have awareness and compassion that people sometimes act from a place of fear. And if you look at him, he does look like he's not in a great space. So well done, my darling, whoever I'm talking to. And then we're going to look at the fourth card, which is a little glance at your future. And I'm so excited to see that you've got the Ace of Wands. And what's so lovely is the Ace of Wands, I mean, wands represent that sort of passion, that creativity, energy, full of ideas. Something's coming in for you, something very passionate and something very lovely. And it is very much emotional. If you look at, it's coming out of that cauldron, which is, you know, all about the water. And the olives represent peace, peace restored and victory. So whatever's coming in for you is a gift from the universe, because of how you've evolved and learned and grown from the experiences you've had in your life so far. And the fifth card is the advice from Spirit. And you've got the Page of Cauldron, which again is a Page of Cups. So it's again about your passions and desires, and it's about emotions. And what I love to see here is what Spirit's advice to you is do talk about your emotions. Don't hide them. Be transparent. Speak your truth. Listen to the messages from Spirit that are coming in for you, because otherwise you could ignore what's happening. And one of the things that I love to see is that the seashells there are representative of that sort of spiritual growth, and the seashells sort of represent that kind of mind, body, spirit. So do listen to yourself, listen to your feelings. Feelings are the most important thing that you can listen to. Feelings represent, you know, you can think thoughts, but a lot of the thoughts you think are fear-based thoughts. But if you listen to your feelings, that's your soul guiding you. So that's the real message from Spirit. What's surrounding you? Again, an ace of shields. So you've had two aces now. So this really is a beginning of a new cycle for you. So what's surrounding you is the Ace of Shields, and it's come out of the ice. The ice sort of represents a symbolic ending, because snow mountains represent a symbolic ending. So this has come out. So everything you've gone through has happened for you in order for your soul to evolve and to learn and to grow. Because of that, this is the gift that's coming in for you. And the pentacle or the shield represents something very solid and something that is divinely guided. And you've got the three lanterns there. And again, as you remember, the lanterns are very much that sort of lamp of truth. So you'll understand, you'll recognize when what is going to be coming in around you, what could have already happened, because it's there with energies around you. And actually you got another little card for that one, which only confirmed it. You got the Knight of Shields. And this is the knight that gets past the finishing line, the only one. It's a solid offer, can be a little slow coming in, but it's the one that is long lasting. And I love to see that. So that's just confirmation about the Ace of Pentacles. And then your outcome card, or kind of the potential outcome card, is the Rebirth card. Now this is death and the other cards, but the death card is an extraordinary card because it's actually representing a change of thinking from an old conditioned way to a new way of thinking. It's a rebirth. And I'm so happy to see this, because if you look here, I always talk about the river, to go down the river and to take your oars out and just to go with the flow and to allow things to happen for you and just let them happen in divine timing. And do you see how beautiful at the back of the card that you have, those are all your guides surrounding you. I always see it that your soul is already down the river, having worked everything else out for you. And that is representative in this card, and it's also happening in divine timing. You are the beginning of this new cycle, this new journey, and the kind of fences around the card, the fences across the river are just saying, just be patient, things happen in their own timing. And it's a congratulations and a well done for Spirit, that having learnt to listen to your soul, listen to your feelings, that you are moving forward. And I see this as something with this Ace of Wands and this Ace of Pentacles, that something amazing is coming in for you. I see it very much as love, and because you have learnt to love yourself first, and you're coming from it from a healthy, balanced point of view, you are emitting those energies, that higher vibration of loving oneself in such a healthy way that you are attracting to you now that vibration of person. And so I see this as you've moved into a new cycle, and whoever's coming in for you, my darling, is going to be fabulous, and you are going to be very, very happy. So I didn't need to clarify any of those cards. They were all just as I saw, but next time I do a reading for you, I may need to clarify. But thank you for your time today. I hope you enjoyed this reading, and please let me know in any comments what you felt about it. Thank you. Bye-bye.